So today's topic of discussion is delta system. Now previously we have seen the complete spectrum of fluvial system. So delta is formed at the mouth of the river where the river meets the ocean, and it is usually triangular in shape, therefore it is called as delta. So delta is nothing but the end of the river line, and as the river enters the large standing body of water, deposition takes place. Now this deposition of sediments is also called as progradation. Progradation is nothing but the movement of land towards the seaward side, and as the river enters the standing body of water, the carrying capacity of the river decreases, the competence of the river decreases, and it deposits the sediments to form a delta. So there are various processes which are associated with the delta, like tidal process, waves, and the energy of river itself, and based on the same, the deltas are divided into different parts or different groups, so that we will discuss later. Now to define a delta, it is nothing but a subaerial and submerged sediment mass deposited in a standing body of water by the action of river. So subaerial and submerged sediment mass means part of delta is always in aqueous condition, that is below water, below the level of sea or lake, and the remaining part always remains exposed on the surface. So these deltas can occur in various environments, either in lakes, in seas, or in oceans. Now see the diagrammatic representation here. You can see the complete spectrum starting from the braided rivers in the mountains somewhere here. Then you see coarse grain meandering river system, fine grain meandering river system, and bifurcation of this river into delta distributary channels, and formation of delta here on the top, which is triangular in shape. So the occurrence of this triangular geometry of sediments is seen in various geographical locations on the earth's surface. These kinds of deposits, when they are at the base of mountains, like you can see here, it is called as alluvial fans when it occurs on the terrestrial side. In few cases you will find that the similar structure like alluvial fan is deposited in the lake just below the mountain. So sediments from the mountains are deposited in the form of delta into a standing body of water, and it is called as fan delta. So that is a completely different type that we will discuss later. In few cases you will find that a similar structure is forming below the sea surface at the base of submarine channels, like you can see here, and in this case it is called as submarine fan. And when a similar structure, a deltaic structure, is formed at the mouth of the river when it enters the standing body of water, either lake or ocean, then it is called as delta. So similar geomorphological feature is called by different names based on its occurrence. It could be called as alluvial fan, fan delta, submarine fan, or delta. So delta, when we say here in this case, it is a part of transitional environment. When we say fluvial system, it lies completely on the continental side, that is the terrestrial side, and therefore it is a part of continental or terrestrial environment, whereas delta is found at the boundary of the tectonic plate or continental side and the ocean, and therefore it forms, or it is a part of transitional environment. It is neither completely marine in condition nor it is terrestrial. Now what are the different stages in the development of delta? So when a jet or high intensity of water carrying sediments from the river enters the standing body of water, the velocity is maximum at the mouth as soon as it enters, and this velocity goes on decreasing away from the mouth in radiating pattern. So velocity is maximum here and it goes on decreasing away from the mouth. As a result of this, you will find that the coarse material gets deposited close to the mouth. As the carrying capacity or competence of the river decreases, only finer and finer sediments in suspension can be transported further. Now, because of this, the surface of the delta gets eroded and you see formation of delta distributary channels. So delta distributary channels are scored channels which are formed on the top of delta, and the sediments get deposited on either side of these channels to form levee deposits. So a delta distributary channel shows well developed levee on either side. Now at the same time, as the carrying capacity goes on decreasing, the coarsest sediment is deposited here close to the mouth, and in few cases you will see formation of mouth bar facies, the sediments which are deposited at the mouth of the delta distributary channel. And the finest sediments which are deposited further, they remain in suspension for some time, and slowly these sediments settle down to form the bottommost part of the delta, which is called as prodelta. Now what happens is, over the period of time, this delta distributary channel gets choked because of the sediment deposition at its mouth, and there is no more scope remaining for the sediments and water to move further into the ocean, and therefore a crack is formed and the water finds a new path to transport its sediments and water into the ocean, and this is how a new delta lobe is formed. So this is the characteristic feature of prograding delta or river dominated delta, which is also called as high constructive delta. Now here in this diagram you can see the simplified depiction of formation of a bird foot delta. Example is Mississippi Delta. Now see, the river is bringing the sediments which are being deposited at the mouth of this river. You can see the yellow color part, and with time the accumulation of sand goes on increasing, and with further accumulation of this sand you can see formation of mouth bar, and since the channels are getting choked due to this sand deposition, different bifurcated channels are formed like delta distributary channels, and on these sandbars you can see development of vegetation. So for this process to happen, thousands of years might be required, and you can see the difference before and after. Now here in the diagrammatic representation you can see the grain size variation in a delta system. See this legend here. This part represents the finest material. Here you can see the mixture of sand and silt and clay, and coarsest material is seen on the top, through which the delta distributary channels dissect. So if you see the different parts of delta, it involves pro-delta plain, which is at the bottom, overlain by delta front sand, and delta plain on the top, and also delta distributary channels which are associated with delta plain and levee deposits, which are partly subaqueous and subaerial. So whenever you see a cross section of a delta or delta morphology, it consists of three parts. The three parts are named as delta platform, delta slope, and pro-delta. So delta platform is also called as topset or delta plain. Delta slope is also called as foreset or delta front, and pro-delta is also known as bottom set or pro-delta. So the structure or the cross section of a delta looks similar to a ripple, a cross section of a ripple if you remember. And the cross section of a ripple consists of bottom set laminae, foreset laminae and few top set laminae. Similarly, a delta is also said to be made up of these three parts: bottom set, foreset and top set. Here you can see these three parts: a straight delta distributary channel, levee deposits, in few cases you might see formation of crevasse play, and the sediments which are deposited at the mouth of the delta here in the form of delta mouth bar. Then this part here is delta plane, this is delta front, and the bottommost portion is pro delta. So as the deposition continues, the pro delta is overlain by delta front sand, and further it is overlain by delta plane, and the delta continues to prograde in the direction of transportation and deposition. Now this is the cross section of a delta, and you can see the three parts, that is bottom set or pro delta, delta front sand or foreset, and top set which is nothing but delta plane, which are labeled properly here. And also see this important labeling here, it shows coarsening upward sequence of grain size. The finest material which has been transported further, it settles down in suspension and it forms the pro delta mud or clay. As delta progrades further in the direction of ocean, this pro delta will be overlain by delta front sand, the coarse material, and topmost part consists of coarsest material which is delta plane or delta platform. And therefore if you drill a borehole through this delta, it will show upward coarsening of grain size, which is completely opposite to the fluvial system, where the point bar sequence shows upward fining of grain size, whereas delta shows upward coarsening of grain size. At the same time, if you see here, fining away from the point of origin, the coarsest material is deposited close to the mouth and finest sediments are deposited away, which is again shown here. The coarsest material lies here and fine sediments away from the mouth. So delta shows upward coarsening of grain size as well as fining of sediments away from the mouth of the river. Now this is one example of a section of delta in field, and it is very easy to recognize the different parts or morphological units of a delta in this case, and you can also see the scale. Now this portion here, you can clearly see the direction of flow, the paleo flow direction. The sediments are deposited in this direction. The delta front sand is similar to the foreset laminae of a ripple, and you can recognize the flow direction from this. So this is delta front sand, delta platform or delta plane, where you can clearly recognize the grain size. It is very coarse compared to the delta front sand. And this person here, he is standing on the pro delta mud, which is the bottommost part of the delta. Now this is one more diagrammatic representation of the morphology of delta. You can see the cross section in this plane. This section is perpendicular to the flow direction, and also you can see the top view, different delta distributary channels and mouth bar faces, and presence of marsh and swamp in between. So in the cross section you can see bottom set, foreset and top set, or pro delta, delta front and delta plane. So here you can read about the grain size variations in different parts of the delta. The pro-delta consists of finest sediments. This delta front consists of mixture of clay, silt and sand, and the topmost part is mostly consisting of coarse sediments, consisting of organic rich sediments brought by the river. Now next part of this delta system is the study of some of the modern deltas, and these are the representative examples of three different types of deltas: Mississippi Delta, Brahmaputra Delta and Nile River Delta. So we'll discuss these examples in detail in the next video.